Welcome everyone to Catherine's Plates. I'm Catherine, your host. Today what I would like to do is show you what to do with that leftover corned beef that you have in your refrigerator. I am going to turn it into a corned beef hash that's going to be simple, easy, and very delicious with yummy flavors and seasonings. It's going to be fast, you guys, so grab your corned beef, grab your skillet, and let's just put this thing together. Okay, to get started, what I'm going to do now is I've got my skillet on a medium-high heat. I've got 2 pats of butter in there starting to melt up, and then I'm going to add a little bit of oil. And while that is doing its thing, I'm going to start getting my pepper and my onion diced up. Now, just think about the vegetables you can put in here, okay? If you don't want to put peppers in there, or if you want to put sweet peppers, you know, the different colored peppers, that's totally fine. So we're just going to dice these up into just small dices. And I'm going to shove the peppers into my pan first off, because they're going to take a little bit longer to cook than the onion. And they can cook up while I am chopping up my onions. I'm going to start putting my peppers in here. I don't know about you guys, I really love when peppers and onions are sauteed. They smell so delicious, and you know what? You know something's going to happen. You know it. Something is going to happen. Alright, get that going. Okay, I'm going to start getting these nice and soft. I'm going to take my onion here and do the same thing, just dice it up. Now I'm using a small onion because I don't want a lot of onion in there, so if you're using a large onion, you can just, you know, cut it in half and just put half of that in there. I'm just going to cut it in half, make slices about 3/4 of the way through the onion, and then just drag my knife through it for nice dice-sized pieces. I don't want them too small. That's perfect right there. I'm going to add that to my peppers. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, just to get the seasoning started. Okay, I'm going to finish cooking these down for about 3 minutes until they're nice and soft and translucent. Gosh, it smells so good, y'all. Let's just keep adding the layers of flavor. 2 teaspoons of garlic are going to go in there. I'm going to cook that down for 1 minute. Oh my gosh, it smells so delicious. Okay guys, if you were lucky enough to have leftover potatoes to put with your corned beef, that's great. You could just dice those up and put those into the peppers and onions right now. But since I wasn't, because you know my family ate the heck out of those potatoes too, I'm just using these southern hash browns. Now, they just look like potatoes, okay? Nice cut potatoes, or diced potatoes. So what I'm going to do is add 2 cups of these into my pan here. Now you can find these in your frozen section next to like the french fries and the tater tots. I think this thing is ready. There we go. And we're going to give this a mix. just use your judgment. If you want to add more potatoes, you can certainly put more potatoes in there. Which I think I might do. There we go. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and start seasoning with some really delicious seasonings here. We're going to start off with some paprika. I'm just going to shake it all over the top layer here. That'll give it some nice flavor and additional color there. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm using some Italian seasoning here, and let me tell you what's all in there. Marjoram, rosemary, thyme, savory, sage, oregano, and basil. That sounds so delicious. Just go ahead. Probably about 1 tablespoon. A little more pepper. And some salt. You gotta season those potatoes. Okay, let's go ahead and get that all mixed up. Oh my gosh, it smells delicious in here. There's one more thing I need to put in there. Alright, I'm just going to add a little bit more butter in there just to kind of keep it moist. We don't want to put too much in there because we do want to be able to fry these up. You know, make sure it's nice and crisp on the edges of the potatoes. Okay, get my towel and wipe my hands here. Okay. Oh, does that look good? We're not done yet. Okay, so I've got my leftover brisket on my cutting board here, and what I'm looking to do is cut this and make about 2 cups of dices. If you haven't seen my video yet on corned beef brisket and cabbage, I cooked it on the stovetop for hours with a beefy broth and delicious flavors and seasonings that the brisket came with, which is nice. I mean, it puts it all together for you. I'll link it down below, and I'll also put a card up above me here. I'm going to speed through this for you guys, and then I'm going to bring it right back as soon as I get it all chopped up. Okay, we're not done yet. Here is my corned beef brisket that I chopped up. We're going to go ahead and add that right on the top. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's go ahead and stir this all up. And what we're wanting to do is heat the brisket through and make sure the potatoes are nice and crispy. And to do that, I'm going to just kind of flatten everything down here. And we've got one more thing to put on top. Okay, I'm going to do one flip on this, crisp up the outside of it. Okay, so you can stop it at this point once you get it nice and crisp on the bottom edge there, and just make sure, taste your potato and your brisket, make sure it's nice and heated through. Or you can finish it the way I'm going to finish it. Now I'm taking some eggs here, and I'm just going to crack one in a bowl. Put my shell right there. And then I'm going to put this right on top of my hash, just like that. I'm going to do 4 of them. And then we're going to let them sit there and cook all the way through. don't those eggs look pretty, y'all? If you stick around to put the eggs on the hash browns, make sure you put that tin foil over it, or you can put a lid on top of your skillet just to cook the eggs on the outside there. Look at how beautiful that looks. Corned beef hash. What are you doing with your leftover corned beef? Now I have the optional egg on top also, which gives it a few extra minutes in the pan, but it is so worth it. Look at that right there. I'm going in. There's my bite. That is so delicious. All those flavors that were cooked in the corned beef to begin with matches with the flavors I put in there now for that hash. Okay guys, you want to put my egg on there? That is so perfect. Alright, give me a thumbs up, comment down below. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification so you'll know when my shows are posted. Alright, I will see you on my next episode.